Hello everybody, welcome to CPL Match of the Week, Wednesday. Well, I'm Neblime, and here is Zesky. It's not really Wednesday for us, is it?
It's Thursday here, we're in the future, as always,
We got the double Australian team today, so I'm just going to call this Match of the Week Thursday. It's not really fair when neither of us are on Wednesdays. One thing if one of the casters, is in US time zone, but this is totally different. We're back with more preseason. Today we have Group 38. We're moving on up there in the CPL groups, and it does get higher skill the higher you go. So I think these are going to be the most intense games yet. You can see the players we have today on the screen. Now, of course, some games are not played, so not all the players that you might see in the group are there. But we still have these four: Dahaki, Light Swarm, Persian Zerg, and Inkjet. I think it's going to be some pretty intense games. What do you reckon, Zesky?
Should be fun, as always. I haven't seen a lot of these players play. I've seen quite a bit of Light Swarm, though, so I know we have some pretty good quality games.
Yeah, we know Light Swarm a bit better than the others, perhaps, don't we?
Yeah, a fellow emu.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we'll see if the emus shall be reborn, but Preseason's got to get out of the way before we have actual teams, so let's start that game before we talk any more about things like that. Alright, starting here in the top right, in the red, we have Inkjet, also known as Inkjet Printer, and the top left, in the navy blue, we have Dahaki in the Protoss. You're on Polypoid, they're all on Polypoid for week 1.
Inkjet Printer, what a name. I love it.
It is pretty good. It's a pretty high tier name, right, as CPL names go.
It's very high tier. That is a Zesky approved name right there.
Now, yeah, no, you go.
And he's a Terran, I was going to say.
That's how you get on high up on Zesty's list, just play Terran.
Yeah, that's definitely a notch up.
Now, ironically, I don't want to name names here, but, there's some CPL names that aren't very good, right? So, can you think of anyone who's, quit the league where you really didn't like their name? I'm not a fan of anyone who just puts, their real name. Not that there's anything wrong with putting your real name out there, but it's just not creative, Here's your chance to live a different personality, I suppose, within StarCraft.
I don't know, I think it's hard to have a bad name, because the name obviously matches the personality of the person, and if they want to have just the name, it shows you that they're, a pretty ordinary person.
Okay. But what if you stole a name from someone else? Does that make it a bad name?
See, stealing a name from someone else, that is an obvious no-no.
There we go.
You gotta, that's like IP theft, Can't do that.
By the way, I like that Dahaki here is baiting us with going navy instead of regular blue, so we've almost got the red versus blue. I'm not going to take my chances and hit shift tab here. We're just going to accept what we've got. It's good enough.
Yeah, I doubt most people playing top versus bottom, but we are going to get a first scout from Dahaki after a gateway scout.
Yeah. She's quite nice here for Protoss. Oh, the block! He gets in. But nothing amazing going on here so far. Oh, he's going to harass that SCV a bit, though. But yeah, of course, because all these games are best of one, you got to be on your guard here in preseason, but neither playoff team's doing too crazy just yet. He's going for that SCV. No,
but that SCV is got a brain cell, and it's actually dodging the probe on its own. Definitely not one of my SCVs, that's for sure.
Dude, SCVs building buildings gain 100 IQ, I swear. They always go the right way.
Nah, not for me. They are standing inside the probe's attack radius at all times.
I guess I just live a blessed existence.
Yep, very much so.
Dude, this probe is not giving up. The Marine's coming out, but he's just like, no. I want a kill today.
This is also a good decision from Inkjet to build the Marine and delay the factory by a little bit, just to get rid of that probe, because you need to absolutely get rid of this probe. Oh, and he sees the Zealot coming down the ramp.
Even delays it 1 whole second, which, might be nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Looks like he's continuing to delay it intentionally, so it's very, very nice, but goes back to scan the base.
Yeah, I mean, every second does count, right? And you can try and do more than that, but every second is going to help you. And it looks like Incheck's going to hold the ramp. Bit of an unorthodox choice in this situation, but I think it should be fine against only one Zealot so far. And it looks like no more Zealots will be following up. So you can trade off an SCV here if Protoss is really determined, but I think that's totally fine against a starting Zealot. You lose one SCV, you're like, this is great. Well, he's going down, though. Oh, I don't know about this. The Zealot is going to get right close to the Marines. This could be really dangerous for Inkjet here, but he does pull back. SCV's now on the wrong side of the ramp.
Yeah, that's actually, that decision right there, if you have the micro to pull that off, it's fine, but yeah, as we can see, the SCVs just sort of like went across from the Zealot, and the Marines went straight to the Zealot's phase. That didn't really work out. But here we are. We're going to be using our very tightly made sim to dodge the Zealot a little bit and take all the Zealot shields away. Therefore, he's going to have to back off for the Vulture arrives. So it was okay. We didn't really lose anything from Terran except for the FCV.
Some missteps, but somehow he didn't take any damage on the Marines at all except from the probe, so he's doing okay. But the Zealot and Goon coming up now. The Zealot is still alive. Really should have focused that first, I feel like, because now it's going to do a lot of damage. Goon only down on shield, but the bunker is almost done. Going for that SCV. It is going to survive. Looks like the bunker is going to finish. Even keeps the Vulture alive. He's going to trade the Go for the Vulture. Oh my god.
Ooh. Very nicely done from me, chat. That was a very, very close. I was a bit concerned then when the Vulture started targeting the Dragoon and he wasn't moving the Marines, but he managed to pull that off in the end, only just. It
was all the plan. You know, you just get the shields down on the Goon, bait them in because Protoss is thinking I've still got plenty of stuff, but little did he know. Now, Terran CC none too fast behind this. But I mean, Protoss only just now getting his second gate, so I think Terran's in fine shape here. He did lose a couple SCVs throughout all this, but Protoss having lost a Zealot and a Goon is really quite weak right now.
I think definitely Terran's very, very slightly ahead here after taking the Zealot Goon out. Like, if Terran wanted to do like some sort of 3-tank push here or something later on.
Well, problem is though, when you've already opened with a Vulture before shop, and he's getting more Vultures too now, it's very difficult to do that. And I don't really favour getting the Vulture immediately against this Zealot pressure. If you can get away with it, I think it's really strong to just go straight for a tank. Obviously, if you die to the Zealots, you're like, oh, if I made a Vulture, I probably would have lived. But I feel like if you can just go straight into tanks anyway and sort of disregard Zealots, it's really good. But I'm gonna get the mines now.
Yeah, I agree that probably can't really do it anymore after opening with mines as well.
Yeah.
However, the option was there, and we did have one less Goon to worry about. But here we are, going to be getting that Vulture pick off after only getting one mine down, so it was pretty nicely done.
Yeah.
But we are allowing this Vulture to get in. Oh, didn't quite get that probe, but armor got shields off.
There's not really the advantage Inkjet hoped to take with those two Vultures, and honestly that was not worth it. I mean, Protoss still locked into 2 bases for now, but I mean that's a bit unfortunate for Inkjet. Those 2 Vultures really achieved nothing.
Yeah, they didn't achieve anything, and now we just lost like quite a bit of map control because Vultures don't get to lay all their mines down, so we've only got like 2, and they're not really going to do anything really.
The Observer is on the way, of course. Looks like Dahaki going for a pretty normal build here, going straight into his Observers after 2 gate. I expect to see a 3rd gate or a 3rd base pretty soon. Terran getting his eBay, just turreting up here. Still only on 1 factory armory. Looks like we probably have a long game on our hands here. Both players going to power up for the longer term.
We'll see. There's always the chance that a fleet beacon goes down and the game ends in like the next 5 minutes.
That makes it sound like the fleet beacon is just like doing it itself. Like, oh, I wanted to play a long game. Yeah. The fleet beacon just went down. What could I do?
Yeah, it is. Honestly, the fleet beacon is a beacon of itself that the game is going to end soon. So.
Yeah, I guess so, one way or another.
Yep. Alright, here we are clearing the mine and taking our 3rd base with a very healthy Goon count. Good to see. 2nd factory going down, although we haven't put down a 3rd factory yet. So
yeah, Starport actually coming up pretty early here, it looks like.
Yeah.
That's quite surprising at this point in the game. Normally you either get it like way early or you kind of get it when you need it anyway, and you can still do drops at that point. This is like a bit of an awkward, unusual timing for a drop, but it might still work if Protoss doesn't scout it out. Now hang on, does he have siege mode? Oh, he does. He's sieged up, silly me.
Yeah, he's got siege mode, mines and everything. He's prepared for Reavers and whatnot, but looks like Ozzy's getting pretty close to those mines there. Oh, pretty close to tank, sorry.
Well, that's well done, that he just cleaned out all those mines without taking a single hit.
Yeah. The starport. I'd say that's the usual time for it, because it's about roughly when...
Oh, right, yeah, no, you're right. He got his armory so early, I didn't realise.
However, yeah, the 3rd factory was quite late. Like, if you see a 2nd starport before that 3rd factory, which means, like, what he's losing here is mostly just Vulture count because we're already going to have a very low unit pop to deal with the Protoss army later on. But, we'll see how he goes. He's sieging up, trying to take his 3rd base here.
Now here's the thing, Protoss I think took second gas too early, and so their Citadel's quite late here, and they don't have many gates just now, so they sort of don't have much to contest this, but Terran doesn't have that much to push up either, so we're sort of in a weak from both sides situation where Terran has to try and push up here if he wants this third. I don't know, I think Terran just needs to wait here, and I think he's happy to do that. If you're going for these fast upgrades, I think staying on 2 base for longer is okay here. Just continuing to spread.
You definitely do need that third base, so eventually there's no way you can progress into a longer game without it, especially if you're already taking a starport. You need that third base.
Yeah, for sure.
But he should be able to take, like, we do have a low vulture count. Oh, I love that upgrade timing. We do have a low vulture count, so it is going to be harder to take this third base, but yeah, I just don't see how Protoss can really stop it. He's only really got goons, and if Terran has the correct micro, he should be able to just push these goons back. Laying mines in their face to push them back while moving up with the tanks. But I don't like having all the tanks on siege here. This is a bit risky. We need to shuffle the tanks a little bit.
His thing is, his comsat's only just coming up, so he really doesn't know what's out there. You've got to be so careful. I mean, there could be Zealot speed done for all he knows. Comsat just went down, would be fine. If you just scan the Protoss main, you see only 4 gates at this point in the game, you're probably like, oh, yeah, I can get up there. This is going to be okay.
This should be very fine, yeah, no archives, which is interesting. Only a Citadel for legs. And we still don't have a 4th base up yet for Protoss.
As Dahaki doing such a great job of dancing just out of range of these siege tanks and picking off as many mines as he can, really punishing Inkjet for not moving up quickly and covering stuff. And I don't think I've seen a goon take a single siege tank shot yet.
No, I have not seen that either. So he's doing a very good job just staying out of reach of those tanks. Have we? There's no CC. Yeah, the CC just started for Inkjet.
Yeah, just in the main. Tank got picked off there, by the way.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite a late. Oh my god! Yeah, we gotta get a fire extinguish on that stat.
Yeah. Is that a bunker? Oh, that must be a depot. Yeah, it's a depot. Don't know why I expected a bunker.
I mean, I've seen a lot of players build bunkers there as well. You just like unload the marines and put them in. Yep, archive's going up now.
Oh, another tank, and I don't think he's lost a single goon yet. Or he might be about to. No, keeps him alive. Wow. Dahaki really just making this so painful for Inkjet here. Microing is doing so well.
Yeah, very, very strong control from Azi here. It is very difficult to move goons like that, so, you know.
And he knows when to get out of dodge too.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people lose a lot of goons to clumsy goon movement, so
should have seen the cast
very
yesterday.
impressive.
We had a hell of a goon slaughter. Someone should have clipped that. Hey, by the way, people in chat, if something awesome happens, please clip it. We need these clips. We thrive on these clips, and we will use them to make highlight videos, so keep your clip buttons ready for when the action happens. 4th finally coming up here. Honestly, Protoss is probably feeling a bit uncomfortable with this 4th timing. This is pretty late. Well, hang on, the goon's coming in again.
Considering he had low gate count, yeah, I'd say it's a bit. He hasn't been spending his money, which you can see he's on a bit over 1,000 minerals.
Yeah.
Oh, spending it just as I mentioned it.
Well, like I said, he took his second gas super early, and he still has this huge gas bank. If he just pumps out a bunch of Templars, it will be well in the end, I suppose. But it's sort of made things a bit, how would you say, inefficient for Protoss, I think.
But here we are. We've taken our 3rd base now for Terran, and we've only just now started mining. But we do, yeah, our unit count is quite low, even though we do have 2-1. I think if Protoss had a couple of shuttles here, they might be able to just straight up bust us in position.
It does have Storm, but I mean, it seems a bit dicey attacking all the way up into this high ground, right?
You'd be surprised.
Yeah? Well, we'll see if I am, if he pulls the trigger.
You can do quite a bit of damage against that high ground.
Wait, no, he's only on what, 7 gates right now, 8-1 coming up. Is he really going to go for this?
But look, it's only 140 supply Terran. You would want
these
like...
vultures back though, man. I feel like as long as Inkjet doesn't leave these vultures on the mines and get, oh well, here we go. They're going to come in, maybe it's going to happen.
Yeah, alright, the Zealots are moving in. They're jumping right on top of the mines, but he pulls the vultures back towards the tanks, so they just go out of harm's way of the mine. The Zealots are absolutely getting shredded by the vultures, but he is picking up the front few tanks. But it looks like the back tanks are doing most of the heavy lifting here. Storm still hasn't been casted. Finally, we get a Storm cast, but only on 1 tank, and the Templar goes down immediately. Wasn't quite the engagement Azi was looking for. but he does manage to get quite a few tanks down and clears the vulture count a bit. But that was an impressive hold.
Yeah, well, like you say, if you had a couple of shuttles, might have been different, but the tank spread was really good, and it was just sort of enough vultures to deal with that quantity of zealots. Bit rash from Dahaki, I think, when he's only on 4 bases. Still no 5th one coming up. There was a probe in the bottom left, but I think he's sadly no longer with us. Yeah, there's the evidence. Also, these goons didn't take part in that attack. But I don't know about that. I don't really like that move. He could have waited to max even, or for shuttles or anything. I don't know why that was the moment, just because he had 1 Templar with Storm. I mean, 1 Templar doesn't do that much.
Yeah, 1 Templar wasn't going to do much. He didn't have any shuttles to like get the Templar quickly to the front lines, and the Zealots sort of bunched up on those front lines, so they kind of just like cluster bombed themselves.
Yeah.
So just a bit unfortunate of an attack, but the game continues. Getting these vultures out into the map, quite important now to get these vultures out and just start laying mines everywhere.
Not in this particular spot though.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, he's attacking, he knows the vultures are out. Zealots coming forth, there's not as many vultures to deal with this time, but the tanks are still spread beautifully. A nice D-Matrix probe going to help here, but the Zealots are getting forward right into the back here. There's not that much here for Terran actually. He didn't... Oh, another mine goes off. That D-Matrix tank actually doing huge work, but is it enough? Only 4 tanks back here, and there's still a Zealot soaking their shots. We're starting to kill these goons though. Only so many goons left. What happened to those vultures on the map? I guess they all died. No reinforcements for Terran here. I don't know if Protoss actually need to pull back here, but now this CC is under severe threat. Might have broken his back with that attack right there.
Yeah, that was not good for Terran right there. I think Protoss, as soon as the Protoss get these next rally of Zealots, he should be able to eliminate the last 2 tanks and just absolutely destroy the base. I don't see Terran being able to recover from here. Those 4 vultures on the map must have died to like cannons or something as well. So
yeah.
Really
oh my god. The football team is here. He is so dead. Plus we just finished, but well, there's a lot of mines. Well, let's see. I mean, they're coming in sort of in a conga line, so they're not really suffering too much from the mines. Yeah, what's here to kill them? There's 3 vultures. Well, 4 vultures.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. We're now starting to see like the low factories now. GG is called.
Well, nicely done there. I mean, I was questioning that attack, but clearly it worked out just fine in the end.
Yeah, just gotta keep throwing units at it, you know.
Well, I think it's a classic mistake there from Inkjet that if it's always tempting to send the vultures out and do stuff, but when your tanks are so vulnerable, you sort of have to be careful, because Protoss, I think, took that opportunity seeing the vultures away, which is like, alright, we're going in. It was only 4 vultures. I don't know if it would have made the difference, but it certainly would have been a little better. But just so much Protoss stuff, and I think, like you said, he didn't add his factories very quickly, so the unit count was just too low.
Yeah, and although Arzi had a very low gate count at the beginning, just he just had a massive gateway explosion later, and he just capitalized on the lack of units from Terran. So very nicely done.
Yeah. And I was going to say something else. Yes, all the nice pickoffs from those goons on those tanks moving on to high ground was really strong.
Yeah, every tank counts, yeah, for sure. Especially when you're playing upgrade Terran like that.
Yeah. Every
unit counts. Need all the units that you can.
Alright, getting into our next game here. In the bottom right, we have Inkjet again, in the red, and the bottom left, we have Light Swarm in the blue. The perfect colours. They've done it. Red versus blue, it's happening. TVZ now, can Inkjet get a win? We got 2 Terrans on the cast. You know, we got to root for the Terran player, right?
Yeah, I'm an Omni gamer now, apparently. Though.
An Omni gamer? What does that mean?
Yeah. I got B rank with all 3 races.
Oh, nice, nice. When you hitting A rank with Terran, though? No, it's only a matter of time.
Never.
Never? That's how I feel.
I'm gonna be stuck in B with Ginger forever.
Yeah? Ginger's not A? Dang.
Nah.
He plays so much. He's not bad either.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But he's not quite A yet, apparently.
Oh,
but I think he has potential.
Alright, hot take on this cast here. Brutal was a hard game. I don't know if you guys knew. You guys probably thought it was easy.
Jinjin E rank mental. Wow, yeah? That's a hot take from Panda.
Man, that depot position really bothers me.
Yeah.
You know it does, Zesky. You knew it was coming.
Yep.
Cast of Neblime, this is gonna happen.
It bothers me too, don't worry.
Yeah.
Toxic Terran casters right here.
Yeah.
But I can't complain. pretty much, because I used to do that quite a bit, like, less than 6 months ago, so...
Wow, really? Sure. Maybe I shouldn't have invited you here to cast today. You know, this is like a black mark against your name.
You know I'm new to Brutal. I've only got, like, a year under my belt. Almost 2 years coming up in, like, April.
Wait, so did you ever play it, like, as a kid or anything? Like, the single player or anything like that?
Or, like, when I was, like, 5. Like...
I was 6 when I first got it.
Yeah. Like, but, like, I had no idea about any of this competitive stuff.
Oh, me either. I couldn't
even pass the campaign. Like, it was just...
No. Well, I could get up to, like, you know, the mission where Edmund crashes and then I had to use cheats, basically, was my experience.
Yeah, I couldn't, I didn't even know any of the cheats, so...
Oh, you poor fool. That's it's like half the fun when you're a kid. Just, like, hosting a map where 7 AIs and doing all your bullshit. It's good fun. Looks like Zerg gonna go for probably a 2-hatch here. Terran just going for the standard expansion. Here we are in Polypoid. What a surprise. Nothing exciting happening. Who'd have thought?
Pretty standard game, yeah. I think it 100% has to be 2-hatch based on that gas timing. But
yeah. Well, there's always the spectre of just getting link speed.
I mean, it could be 2.5 hatch. Getting the 3rd hatch, like when the layer is halfway done, but we'll have to see. I don't think it is because he didn't go 12 or 12, but we'll see about that.
Well, in my experience, Lightswarm is prone to do a sort of like a heavy meter style on 2 base sometimes. See if he has that installed today. To be fair, I haven't played him in actually quite a while. I might have changed that, but I'm expecting it. I'm expecting +1, you know, just getting 2 stacks and like rotating them. I think we're going to see it.
I'd love to see it, to see how strong his meter control is compared to Inkjet's Terran control. I think it's a very fundamental and core, like, micro capability from both sides, the meter control and the marine control. And
yes.
it's very interesting. You can really tell a player's skill, especially in this matchup, based on their meter and marine control. So
it's the dance, as Chessy coined it, you know, between the Mutalisk and the marine.
Yeah.
Takes 2 to tango.
Yeah, the tango.
Yeah. Terran looking like going for a 2-rack stim timing here. But again, it's all within... Whoa, where's this drone going? Uh-oh. Oh, is he going to take the 6 o'clock? Oh, he's going to do it. Oh, no. I'm so disappointed.
Bit of a mistake, I guess. I mean, the drone... Like, if it was proper 2-hatch, he'd be sending it when the gas is started, so maybe he just accidentally sent it. Now he's just like, oh, yep, I'll just send it now.
6 o'clock would have been a nice move, because Terran's never going to go up there, right? They might not find it.
I mean, generally you only want to take the 6 o'clock there if you plan on going, like, a really aggressive style, because it's quite easy for the Terran to just take over and just kill it. But
only if they find it, though. What if you're just trying to be sneaky?
Only if they find it, yeah. I mean, you know, hiding bases is
this is literally my ladder game right now.
Fine, dude, don't worry. 6 speedlings just running into your net, going, yep, that's mine, and then running out. It's like, alright, you can have him.
The Marines didn't even try, they just stood there like, okay, guess this is our life now.
Probably not worth the 50 minerals, probably worth 25 minerals, those Marines. Like that SPV,
yeah, I guess so.
You gotta pay your Marines if you wanna use them properly. Pushing these lings back. Comsat's coming up, so we'll see how he uses his scans. I think these first 2 scans are very important.
Dude, there's no Sunken, and the Spire is a bit late, it seems. I don't know if he's gonna survive this if he doesn't do something here. Uh-oh, he scans the front, he sees there's no Sunken, the Link's come in for an engagement, but that's a lot of Marines. No Stim is ready yet, actually. Oh, and actually takes out quite a few of them. The Sunken is going to be on the way here. The Mutas are morphing. Oh, wait, that's Lings. That's smart of him not to morph Mutas there, I suppose. There may be enough Lings here, but Stim and Medics can pull off a lot. Zerg in a lot of danger right now. Needs to go for the Stim. Here he goes. That Sunken going to fall so quickly. So are the Lings. That's just too much DPS. I don't think he's going to make it. Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is not looking good. And we have no lava banked for Muta, so this is going to be a pure Ling defense against Stimmed Marines and a Fire Hat. So I don't think there's anything stopping Inkjet right now. He's running up a ramp. GG is cool.
Well, that was a short one. I don't see what happened there, but the Spire seemed late.
I would have to check the replay. I didn't quite see the Spire timing, but yeah, that can be it's quite hard for. That's probably the hardest part of close spawn for Zerg. It's just that initial exchange. You've got to be absolutely on top of it to make sure you're catching that stim move out. And even then, like pre-making lings just in case the move out comes out. Yeah, it's difficult. It's an understandable loss there.
Well, you want my Terran player take on Zerg versus Terran? Obviously, it's gonna be genius. I like just playing it safe and just getting a creep at least, and morph it into sunk later if I need to. I mean, there's advantages to get all these lings out. You'd rather have lings than sunkens, but at the end of the day, you're taking the risk. The game's just gonna end like that if you're not gonna be ready with your mutalisks.
You can definitely play like the safe approach, but I personally, I think that's a poor way to play if you're always taking the safe approach. I think being able to see what your opponent is doing and the sort of corners you can cut, especially when you head towards like the tier 1, tier 0 types play, that ability to be able to see, hey, I can get away with not putting down a sunken here because the Terran isn't moving out. You
may be right about that.
Means you save that money and you can buy something else. So
well, yeah. Ultimately, Lightsworn playing without that intel though wasn't able to.
Unfortunate, yeah.
Let's get into that next game here. So Inkjet got his win. Who's up next? We have in the bottom left. Is this the right replay? We may have a mislabeled replay here. Bear with us here. I am just going to check this because those do not seem like the right players.
That seems a couple of notches lower.
I'm sure it'd be a very exciting game.
For sure. But
yeah, this is literally labelled Lightsworn vs Dahaki, but it's Whiskey Dingo
vs
Auto.
Labeled.
Alright, I'm going to skip over that one for now. We may find it later. And we're going to jump into a different one. Unfortunate. Lightsworn, are you in the chat? Do you have your game versus Dahaki? Can you please DM it to me? I think if you're the one who uploaded it, I think you accidentally took a different replay or something. If you could please find it, we'll cast it. But in the meantime, we're going to get into a totally different one.
I think it still has Lightsworn. It's not totally different.
Did it have Lightsworn in it?
I thought so.
At any rate, in the bottom left here, in the magenta, we have Persian Zerg. And in the top left, in the white, we have Lightsworn. He still gets us showing today. We're going to see a CPZ here on Polypoid. This is going to be exciting. Always full of action.
Yeah, curious to see who picks what coins are flipped.
Do you remember that bug where sometimes you join a replay with someone and you think everything's fine, but then you realize a couple minutes later you're both watching different replays when you're coming from the same lobby?
Yes.
That was a good one.
One of the many annoying things. That's why I'm so glad that you're streaming it to me on Discord here.
Yeah, that probably is smart because of how much trouble. Oh my god, for a whole year I was constantly battling the, lobby name in use bug, or unable to join game. We literally just could not get the other caster in the lobby. So annoying. It seems to be mostly gone now, but sometimes I still have to rename my lobby. So yeah, there've been a few bugs for sure.
Brutal seems to have, for an old game that doesn't receive updates, there seems to be a lot of bugs that just happen randomly, that just, disrupts everything.
Yeah, well, there's definitely stuff that somehow they messed with remastered, right? Like when they broke chat scrolling and the lobby name thing I was talking about, because I never ever saw that happen on the old Battle.net.
I've also seen, I'm also talking about, more recent things, like the flying SUV bug.
Oh, yeah. I don't really know the mechanical underpinnings of that one, to be honest. But it is only remastered, right? You can't do it in 1.6? I'm
not sure at all.
I imagine you probably can't. But then again, there's so many exploits you can do in 1.6 you can't do in 1.8, so...
Yeah.
Ask Lucky Noob about that if he's in chat. Alright, so...
I also forgot the biggest one was when the Battle.net servers actually went down.
Yeah, of course. So Persians are doing the best build here, as long as you get speed. I'm a big fan of 9 speed. You may or may not know. I can't go 10 seconds without telling someone I meet them, and then they're like, "Hey, 9 speed's the best build. What's your name?" But he's gonna get speed. Come on, do it. Yes.
There we go. Yeah.
Right, he's the hero.
Yeah. 9 speed is generally, I'd say, is a very acceptable build for ZVZ, but it looks like we're going for, I think it was 12 hatch. Yeah. Yeah,
it was pull first. I think he got 12 pull 11 hatch or something like that.
12 pull 11 hatch, something like that. Yeah.
I was really just focused on the 9 speed play. He's the only one that matters to me. Sorry, Light Swarm. Let me see if I've obtained a replay here. Not yet. Hopefully. There's still time. Now, these Lings, unfortunately, going across the map to the wrong place, which is a bit of a shame. Not going to be able to really get in on this hatchery, but as you see, 6 Lings coming out of Light Swarm immediately. He wasn't really going to be able to get in there initially. The best tool Persian Zerg has here is his speed timing. And if he can use that to his advantage, anything might be able to happen here. He's just continuing to make Lings. Lair going down on one base as well for Persian Zerg, so he's got a pretty hardcore build here compared to Light Swarm. Third hatch going down. Now, I know where this is going, but I don't think it's going to get there, so I'm not going to mention it yet. But it's going to be very helpful if all he does is make a bunch of Lings. It's going to be easy to stop what Persian Zerg's up to here. Hang on. Speed finish is trying to get in the ramp. Light Swarm blocks him very nicely. Ooh, he somehow gets alive. They're on like 1 HP.
Lings dancing around a little bit here, trying to find a good angle, and here we go. The Lings jump on top of each other, and it looks like Persian Zerg's speed upgrade is just absolutely going to help him blast down Light Swarm Zerg. He gets into the main. We'll see if he gets any drone picks. Doesn't quite get one yet, but it looks like he is just trying to avoid Light Swarm's overwhelming number, since he is going to be coming out with an extra hatch of Lings. So eventually Light Swarm will take the numbers.
Yeah, I think Persian Zerg needs to just get a Sunken and try and go for the Spire here, because he's never going to match 2 hatch production, let alone 3, which is about to be online. But he's continuing to make Lings and send them out, and okay, here comes the Spire. If he gets a Sunken down as well, he'll have something to go on here. But even if he has one Sunken, a whole bunch of Lings will come out here. Gas finally going down for Light Swarm. We'll see if he just gets Ling speed immediately here. Oh, here we go. Drone pick, very nice, very nice. Yeah,
every drone counts. I was about to say that he didn't get any drones during that encounter, but just got the one there, so very nicely done. Yeah.
And, you know, the funny thing is, with all the buildings Light Swarm's built, he has like the same number of drones right now.
Yeah, but like you ultimately got way more lava production, yes. So you know. Yeah, this is going to come down to the meters now, for sure. We'll see if when Light Swarm... Light Swarm could mistime his Evo Chamber and his colonies. So
yeah,
there's always a chance
he has a pretty good idea with this Overlord, though.
Yeah, but you got to be pulling that Overlord like away right now. Like, that is going to die otherwise.
I mean,
and hopefully...
do you even bother? Because surely Persian finds it anyway.
Well, there's a chance that Persian forgets. And it's like you're not going to get much more intel, because once they go meter, you pretty much know that the next feudal hover is going to be meter. There's not really much decision making to do after that. But right. And if Light Swarm sends it to that Overlord, that will give. Persian sends it to that Overlord. Light Swarm will be able to get his colonies up much faster. So,
right. Well, he's not going to forget this time. He was sort of chasing it with his own Overlord. I think he's probably going to go for it. Spores aren't going to come up on time here.
So it looks like if he does, yeah. And now I think the Spores will easily get up in time. So Light Swarm taking a little bit of damage, but it's probably better that it was an Overlord than it is drones, so...
As expected, I didn't want to say it too early, but Light Swarm going to go for Hydra here. Opening of these 3 hatch, it seems to be the popular thing among Light Swarm, among certain other Zergs, as we know. So he's just going to power up here on these 2 bases, get plenty of drones, get plenty of static defense against his Mutalisk, and eventually he's going to come out with his Hydralisk with both their upgrades and their +1. And Persian Zerg is going to have some kind of answer for that. I think theoretically you can make Muta and Ling for now, but I think at a certain point Hydra can overpower it. Well, let's see, he's going to come in here and see these Spores. We'll see what his move is from there.
Yeah, 1-1 Hydra against like a whole bunch of Mutalisk is really powerful. It's like, it's very equivalent to like Marine Medic versus Meta. Like you just like you get a massive group of them, you move them very similarly as well, and you control the space. But we're just gonna get in here on top of these drones and try and dive for some kills. We did get 2, but doesn't look like we can get too much more damage without losing a Muta, and we really don't want to lose our Muta count, because every Muta counts, especially against those upgraded Hydra.
Yeah, I feel like Persian Zerg committing a critical mistake here. You got to see that there's no lair out, and when you see that, you're going to need to drone up one way or another here. But we see him still just putting all the resources into Mutalisk, which I think is the mistake here, because clearly you don't need that many Mutalisks to just stop Lings at this moment, because you can see not a lot of Lings coming out, and you're going to need a better economy to deal with this 3-hatch 2-base Zerg that's coming out with Hydras later. So I'd like to see Persian Zerg drone up more, but I don't know if he realizes yet that it's going to be Hydra.
Yeah, the issue is with droning up is that I think Light Swarm's just in a vastly better position here. Like, he's already had his drones for so long and you can't attack him either. Like his static is all up. He's got the sunken up. He's got his link count was relatively unscathed. It's just looking very positive for Lightstorm here. I think Persian needs to do like a drastic like double expand or something to really like get his foot back in the game. I don't see him being able to challenge these Hydras once they have their upgrades.
Well, is the Spire Tech worth anything as an advantage once Hydras are coming out, or is it actually just bad? I mean, it seems to me that's the only advantage Persian Zerg really has.
You can do Mutiling against the Hydra.
Okay.
But still, it's 1/1 Hydra. It's like facing +1 Marines. If you just have enough Hydra, you can just destroy everything.
I didn't even see that spawn under there. He sees the Hydra Den, so if he didn't know, he knows now. He's going to go for it. It looks like he'll be able to pick it off pretty worry-free, and that's actually pretty big, because that'll delay speed.
And he's chaining onto the drone fighting back. He got 2 drone kills as well.
Very nice.
Sorry, gamer, Muta, micro right
here.
Getting the Den. Yes, okay. So that will definitely change it up a bit.
Poor Hydra. Now, he's like, my home.
With the Den down and the delayed speed, like, this will definitely give him a lot more breathing room to get his own units up.
Well, I guess
he's still making Muta.
This is what the Spire Tech is worth, right? You can put the harass on if Lightstorm isn't really careful in defense. But he's putting another one down. You probably can't quite sneak in on the edge there, can you?
I think he might be... Oh, no, I didn't see the spawn being that overlord.
Yeah, see, they're hard to see, right? It doesn't really cover it. Well, hang on, he's going in here just for that overlord. I don't know about that. These are not the trades that's gonna work out. But this hatchery, though, is completely uncovered. Persian Zerg causing a lot of trouble for Lightstorm right now.
Yeah, quite a bit of damage going on here. I think that hatch would have been better in the Nat for a 4th hatch.
Hard to fit it though because he's blocked the spot directly below with this spore. Oh, it does it? No, it blocks, I think.
But yeah, it looks like Persian Swarm's going to attack here, which I'm not too comfortable with.
No, I don't know about that. There's a sunk here. There's so many lings.
It's just so defended.
I mean, ironically, Hydras would be quite good against lings here with this, like, all these buildings to block. The lings have a hard time getting in there. Oh, he's thinking about it. Still hasn't really droned up, despite all this nice damage. We're still at 14 drones versus 28, and eventually Lightstorm's going to get his Hydra upgrades. +2 missiles actually on the way. +1 already finished. Access +1 carapace finished too. If these minis hit 2/2, they're gonna. Hydras, they're gonna be so deadly.
Yeah, range has started now. Once range is finished, he should have like enough Hydra just to move out here. But we'll see how strong his economy is. His economy might be a bit behind. You lose quite a few drones to Muta.
So, do you extend the like Bio vs Muta dynamic to Persian Zerg? Can you get a bunch of Sunkens and hold there as long as the Mutalists are there to help? Does that work?
Well, since Hydra do full damage to like Sunkens and they do like the full like what is it?
Surely a Stim Marine still has more DPS though.
Marines have more DPS with Stim, correct, and they've got medics to heal them. But if you have just a critical massive Hydra, they do like they shoot down Sunkens really, really quickly, especially with upgrades. I'd say no in this situation. Probably, usually yes, because it would be Mutalink Sunk versus Hydra, and yes, I could definitely see like the Sunks doing quite a bit of damage there, but Persian Zerg also doesn't have a lot of link. He has quite a lot of Muta, but not a lot of link. So.
He doesn't have many drones. And we see he's not even mining second gas. I think he realizes he's a bit unbalanced there in his resources. And he's gonna have something to deal with this. He's gonna have a good number of Mutas and some links to back this up. He's gonna have to really chip away at these Hydras somehow. This is not the way to do it. Get out of there. Oh, he's taking so much damage from spores here.
Yeah, as soon as 2/2 comes in,
yeah, that's gonna be unstoppable. Do these Mutas even have any upgrades? No. Yeah.
It's just Persian Zerg's trying to fine damage because he knows he needs to put pressure on a 2-base Zerg, but yeah, it was just so well defended with static defense that he really couldn't do much without additional tech or like some sort of thing. But here we are, we're going to battle this Hydra army, and yeah, the Lings are doing quite a bit of work. It looks like the Mutas are getting quite a bit of damage as well.
Oh,
backing off the Hydras back into the spores, but it looks like the Sunken as well pick off a few Lings. All the Lings go down with very low on Muta. I think we're on about 7-ish Muta, and there's still like a full group of Hydra moving across the map with 8 more Hydra in production. I don't think there's anything that can stop the about to become 2-2 Hydra from just walking over his main. Where you got no Sunkens.
No link
and
speed.
no links. Oh, no link speed. That's
Yeah, it seemed like a good engagement until he pulled back to the spores, but then it was just a disaster for these Mutalisks, and it's very hard for him to pick away at these Hydras here. Oh, an Overlord going to fall. Well, he's not going to have many units in a minute. He's not going to miss it. One Sunken trying to be built desperately, but Persian Zerg doesn't have much here. The Hydra's coming in. Can the Mutalisk deal with this? He's not migrating back and forth as such. Really just focus firing. Drones versus Lings, not a good matchup for the drones. Sunken finishes, but it's not going to last long. It looks like... Yeah, Lightstorm has an overwhelming amount.
Yeah, it's just way too much, and now the Hydras have 2-2s, so there's absolutely nothing you can do to really stop this army. GG is called. That Mutiling did surprisingly better than I thought, but Lightstorm did attack before his 2-2 finished. So
yeah, I'd also say Persian Zerg like bruised himself on spores multiple times. I mean, he had that good harass, right? But a lot of times he was flying the spores unnecessarily, and maybe that helped a bit. But he really needed to take a pause at some point there. I think just after his first Mutalisks are out, you have to try and drone up a lot, and then later get the Mutalisks. I don't know. It's a very tough situation in general, I think. And it's quite a bad matchup, really, for 9 pool speed against the 12 pool 11 hatch.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hard time. 12 pool does counter a lot, hold a lot of bases, and let you get into that 2 base very comfortably.
Now, it seems that we don't have a replay store from Lightstorm, so I assume it does not exist. It cannot be obtained, so that game's going to be skipped over.
Lightstorm, which replay was it, sorry?
It was versus Dahaki.
Lightstorm, you're in the chat right now.
Yeah, I already asked him before. Maybe he missed it. Do you have that replay? Dahaki versus you for week 1? If you can DM it to me, please. Inkjet versus Persian? Probably. Let me look. I mean, I assume it was just that one. Yeah, I have Inkjet versus Persian. That's the next game, in fact. So, yes, don't worry about that. Lightstorm does not have it. That's alright. We can always throw it in as a bonus cast some other day, right?
I guess so. Unfortunate, but...
Right, we're just going to move on, I'm afraid. Lightstorm's missed his spot in the sun for now. Well, there might be more Lightstorm games in this group. Let's see.
Oh yeah, if Dahaki's here, then...
I didn't see him. Dahaki, if you're in the chat, we do need a replay.
Definitely here earlier, but...
In the meantime, here in the bottom right, we have Persian Zerg in the orange. And in the top left, I almost said bottom left, we have Inkjet Printer again in the red Terran. Is he going to win this TVZ in as much style as the last one? Or with as much ease, we might say, if not style.
Much harder. Much harder to win that way cross spawn.
Yes.
Tell you that.
Usually your Marines get halfway in pro games.
Yeah. Especially if it's like a steam rush timing or something.
Yes.
But if you're doing like a 4-minute academy, like Inkjet did last game, usually your Marines get halfway across the map and the meters are already out. So
yeah, that's happened to me a lot of times.
Yeah, you really can't contest like cross map like that. Horizontal, vertical spawns, yeah, it's just so closer. That's why it's much harder for Zerg initially in that early game. But it allows Zerg to take a much more comfortable third base, I feel.
Yeah, and we'll probably see a longer game here, I imagine. I mean, it's still up to Terran to maybe do some kind of gas opening or something. Obviously not going to be a proxy with the steeper going down. There's always options. Terran always sort of has the initiative to do something to mess with Zerg. Whether or not it's going to work out is another question.
I don't know, Neblime. I think Inject is a honourable Terran player, unlike us, who like our BBSs and our 1-on-1.
Look, you ask me, there's honour in victory, alright? That's all that matters. Nothing else. There's no honour in playing a macro game, necessarily. Alright, winning is all that matters. So we'll see.
I would say winner mentality right there.
Well, you saw my OSL finals games.
They were good. Anyone who hasn't seen the OSL finals, the Oceanic Star League, not the other Star League.
And if you do watch them, just keep in mind what I said, alright? There's honour in victory. Don't ask any other questions.
Neblime vs Nagna finals. Very good series to watch. I think it's on Rabbit Roost channel.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, a bit of shameless advertisement here. But anyway, we got...
Hey, you got 2 Australians. You're going to advertise the Oceanic Star League. Come on.
Yeah, of course. We got the SCV running into the Overlord Scouts. They both know roughly where they're going to be. See if Inkjet pulls his barracks SCV to scout the center in case there's Lings coming across the map. No, he does not.
Wild man, not double scouting. Whoa. Put your seatbelts on, ladies and gentlemen.
We're either feeling lucky or we don't know. Either way, we are getting out scot-free with only one SCV.
I think he actually saw the Overlord. I don't know. I didn't see.
He did see the Overlord, but usually you want to send like an SCV like to
right, Seepling's already on the way, yeah.
Seepling, yep. There's always the chance.
Yeah, you're right.
Persian Zergs is playing standard, no shenanigans yet.
Well, you know, Inkjet here did make the concession that he got his second depot and just go straight into the CC, so he's not insane. We don't have to, like, you know, report him.
Fair enough. Lair going down. Just starting. I didn't actually see when that lair started, to be honest.
Yeah, it's too much timing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with the gas, I assume it is.
I mean, how long does a lair take, right? We can math this out. Maths on stream, we're doing it. Isn't a lair like 70 seconds or something? Or is it 100 seconds? I actually don't know. Anyone in chat?
I don't know, it's way lower than that.
I can say
Chat
100
doesn't
seconds.
know either, apparently.
Rip. Never mind.
4 Lings coming out here with another pair of Lings. Ooh. Okay. This is interesting, but we are droning the rest, so...
A bit unfortunate
Oh,
for Terran,
no, we
though.
have... Yeah, we definitely want to depot out to block. If there's 4 Lings, as soon as they get speed, they can do a bit of damage to those Marines if he's not careful. So usually if I see 3 pairs of Lings, I just build a bunker, just in case.
And especially if you lose your scouting SCV, right? You're always
Especially if you lose your scouting
about that.
Especially.
And that's the advantage Persian Zerg is trying to take here, is that Terran will be scared and get the bunker even though he's not actually doing anything. The scouting SCV getting across the map though, Ling's not really being diligent about stopping it. And he's going to see this drone, or we see... Oh, that would have been huge if he saw that drone.
Yeah. But it does block him from seeing Spire, which is important. This means he'll have to get a double comsat. Lowers his SCV production a little bit.
He's coming up here. Another sharp stim timing coming up from Inkjet. I think he's pretty familiar with 2 Rax Academy. Knows how to hit it. Now, the problem is from here, if you don't figure out the base is at 6, you're not really going to have time to pressure it until a Sunken is out. You have a Sunken plus a bunch of mutas, it becomes a lot harder to bust it until later.
Yeah, but if Inkjet does his due diligence in regards to scouting, he should be able to
one
find
SCV
it.
can get picked off. No? Oh!
No, that was...
Oh no, a Marine!
Dead.
Block the ramp! Block the ramp! No, the SCV's let them up!
Block the ramp.
Oh. This is really annoying for Terran. This is really just going to disorganize and delay everything. Then again, he did lose a bunch of Lings for only 1 Marine, so I guess it's not that bad for Terran.
Yeah. This wasn't the worst, but the Ling gets some free scouting in here, but it will quickly go down.
Someone stop this man! No, he's still there.
He's just chilling now, and he's in the Terran's base. That's his home now. Terran's obviously given up as well. Scans go down. We see the mutas hatching. Yep, we see the mutas hatch. So we know when the mutas are out. But
oh my god, this Zergling!
Oh, that actually... This could be really, really big. That delays the turrets long enough, but nah, we stimmed. I think stimming there is a good decision. Just want to get rid of that.
It is pretty good value for 1 Zergling though.
It's huge value for 1 Zergling, but the alternative is dying to these mutas.
Yeah, I guess.
So
I guess.
I think it's a good trade.
Consequence is Terran can't get on the map just now. That first turret position, I hate that.
Yeah,
that's this.
That's a hard turret up, and he doesn't quite have the other turrets up yet. Ooh, he could be turretless in quite a little bit.
Well, that second or third turret at the top is going to help. Looks like he's going to barely get the defenses up. But yeah, you don't want to put your turrets right against the cliff. That is dicey.
Persians are backed off as well. Like, if he had continued the engage, he might have been able to pick off the SCVs building the other turrets and get quite a few SCV kills. But fortunately for Inkjet, he backed off, giving him some breathing room to get those turrets up.
Well, I don't blame him because, you know, the bios was all there. And he must feel pretty comfortable with his third base up that he doesn't need to make too much happen.
Yeah. 5 at scanning for that third base. We got air carabins coming up.
Ooh. I like it. Give those
It's
units longevity. Obviously, we see +1 attack more often, but I think Carapace has its place.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure where Carapace has its place in TVG. I know it definitely does, just not sure where. Obviously, it's strong against the Marine upgrade, but you do, I think +1 damage with like the splash does a lot more to fire.
Oh, this fire bat, uh-oh. There's no sunken here yet. These drones run for their lives. Okay, does take it out. That's nice for Terran to find that. Deny a little bit of mining time too.
It's very nice to pull of drones from Persian Zig as well. Didn't lose a single one.
Yeah, nice micro there. Now, what's interesting here is we have a Queen's Nest, no Den, no Evo. Is this going to be Great Aspire? Is that what he's thinking here?
I mean, if you're going to go Great Aspire, you would definitely grab +1 weapons because
Yeah, right?
the Guardians. So I don't think it's going to be Great Aspire. He might have forgotten the Evo. We're diving on these SCVs here, though. Doing 2 picks, but losing quite a few meter in the process. Probably not the best trade for Zerg there.
Yeah, it was a bit painful the damage he took, and Terran's going to be confident to move out in a minute, but then again, Terran did go for 2 racks tech here, so the bio count's not really going to be such that he really wants to challenge his leaders just now.
Is that a starport that you've selected?
No, that's a science facility. Oh wait, no, it can't be. What am I saying?
It's an armory!
Oh, I am so wrong. Literally could not have been a science facility
I could not tell, honestly.
Never trust me.
So an armory going down.
There. So many turrets, get out of there! Yeah, we're going to have Valkyries, right? That's the plan?
Valkyrie tank push with only 2 racks.
Well, I mean, there's no Den yet. It's just finishing up here. He's like Persian Zerg playing right into Inkjet's hands here. How is he going to stop this? Funnily enough, +1 Carapace is actually kind of good against Valkyries, but
Hydra speed?
Ooh, that surely has a miss.
Okay, this is an interesting game.
With no Evos, there's no way you're going into Hydra here, right?
I don't know, but this is becoming a very interesting game. It's a bit of a late, like, Valk tank timing, I'd say. Like,
yeah, it is rather.
If you're going to be pushing out this time, you're probably better off with tank vessel because you get the irradiate off or a D matrix or something. But and 2 racks is really low number of production facilities.
The harassment continues as well. There are Scourge out as well, potentially deal with these Valkyries. So if Persian Zerg micros well here, I mean, he should be fine actually. But again, there's going to be no lurkers anytime soon.
Yeah, no lurkers and
no upgrades.
And he does have the. Oh, it is going to be a Great Aspire.
I mean, it makes sense. Whoops, I accidentally pressed the wrong button there.
I mean, he didn't get +1 weapons though, so we just got I guess that makes sense with the Hydra speed, but our Guardian's going to be.
That's what we're doing. Yeah, that makes sense actually. It's going to be that Hydra Guardian push, which is a very far way to go. He's going to have to make sure he has the map control on the ground, that he's right up in Terran's face to move those Guardians. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit dicey. I mean, he's going to morph the Guardians as the Terran is attacking, but if there's no Mutalisk to back them up, well, I mean, can Valkyries with turret support sort of micro down those Scourge? Is that something that's liable to happen here?
Well, you can definitely do it with good Valkyrie micro.
Right.
Not with 1 Valkyrie though, that can be quite dicey. So here we are now with the Terran pushing across the map. He's still unaware of the Guardians that are going
Valkyrie!
Oh no, you definitely don't want to lose this Valkyrie.
Micro!
Massive.
So close to dying. Oh my god.
Just been enraged.
Yeah, no,
there we go. It goes down. So
this is still not so bad for Terran though, because the Guardians on the defensive is not really what the Zerg was looking for here, so he's at least put this Hydra push back at a starting point. 1 more Valkyrie comes out. I mean, I don't know what the best unit per se to have is against this, but if you can just sort of batter down everything Zerg has with Overwhelming Amounts of Marines, that'll work.
I think the best way to do this is to not engage into this. If you've got Guardians behind a Sunken, this is really powerful.
He does have a Valkyrie.
Does have a Valkyrie, and he hasn't targeted it down with the Hydra, so it's just going to cause a bit of havoc on top of these Guardians. But as you see, everything that's on the ground has just been eradicated.
Man, that Valkyrie really doesn't do much to Guardians, huh? That base armor is pretty high. He got +1 Carapace, man. I'm telling you, it was all part of his plan.
Must have been.
Wow, this is really doing nothing.
Yeah, but
the Ultralisks of the sky.
Yeah, this is an interesting interaction. This is very, very strange. The +1 armor would be better against Valkyrie, but Usually in this situation, Terran would swap into Wraiths, so you just Wraith everything down, and that's why you want the damage, so you can quickly eradicate everything inside the Terran natural and sort of win the game from there. But here we go, a monstrous fleet of Guardians just going across the map with 3 Hydra, and obviously more Hydra to come. It's just, this is going to be very, very scary, and it looks like we're just making more Vessel and Valkyrie. We're not getting any Wraiths, so we'll see how Terran holds this, but it's not looking strong. Valkyrie goes in and pushes gets 1 Guardian pick at least, but the Marines are just going down so fast, they're basically melting, being deleted from the game.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to overwhelm him here. GG. Pretty cool way to do it. I mean, that build's not that new, but it is quite interesting, this Hydra Guardian push. It can be hard to stop. One thing I wonder if it would work there, if you have a bunker and you mass repair, because you have the Valkyries that can kind of hit back at the Guardians, does that work? Is that something you can do? Just to sort of hold them up and buy time. If you have a bunker at the front and you mass repair it.
If you have a bunker up the front to mass repair, I think the Guardian should out DPS, doesn't matter. I don't think you can get the surface area of SCVs to repair it fast enough.
Fair enough.
It just absolutely burns it down. You can definitely build bunkers, obviously, to hold the Hydra push. But I think your best bet is to just stop it before it occurs, or to get a critical amount of Wraiths that with Cloak, because what tends to happen is they don't have an Overlord, so use Cloak and burn down all the Guardians. Pull your Marines back a little bit, so the Guardians have to move further forwards.
The return says bunkers with ghosts. That's kind of the level of understanding I have of the game, man.
Bunkers with ghosts. I mean, Hydras are like medium units, though, right? So they're
but just to deal with the Guardians, I don't think it has enough range, actually. We're going to jump into the last game here from Group 38. In the bottom left, for the last time, in the red, we have Aussie Dahaki. And the top left, in the brown, we have Persian Zerg again. Looking strong against Terran. Can he pull it off against Zerg this time? Had a bit of trouble against Lightswarm's Hydras. We'll see what happens now.
Aussie doesn't want to play PvZ, apparently.
Seems not. Although, odd that he picked ZVZ. I think most people pick Terran versus Zerg, don't they?
Yeah, because that is one of the easier matchups for Terran or something. I don't know, I don't see it myself.
Well, I think it's just considered that, Terran sort of has the offensive initiative / power, and you can just kind of attack with Stim, and if your own Zerg opponent doesn't know what they're doing, they'll just die, so, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really view it that way, but then again, I am also a Terran main, so, I can't say any of my matchups are easy, because I'm going to sound intellectual.
Well, it's very complicated to understand the comparative advantage in any asymmetrical matchup, though, because it's always different strengths and weaknesses. You could say it's really easy for Zerg because they micro 1 Defiler against like 50 Marines, that makes it good, but it's obviously more complicated than that.
Yeah, this game is way too complicated. So it looks like we got 12 hatch from Aussie, and we got 9 full speed from...
My hero, greatest Zerg in a CPL. Promote this man.
Well, we know who Neblime's rooting for now.
That's right. I'm easy to win over, guys.
Yeah, we're just doing Neblime too.
I gotta say, it's not looking good though. He's the underdog already.
Okay. So, 12 pool. I thought it was going to be 12 hatch, but 12 pool into gas. Okay.
Pretty much perfectly counters what Persian Zerg's doing.
Yeah. It's going to hold quite nicely.
Although I'm curious if he gets the gas this fast. Obviously not a ZVZ expert being a Terran player, but I would have thought you always want the hatchery in 12 pool. Because if you're doing this, and your opponent went 12 hatch, surely this is just a severe disadvantage unless you can do something with speed.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's got the money to do 12 hatch in base, or 12 hatch of the nat, and if he does 12 hatch of the nat, I think it just dies, because he'll have no HP by the time those Zerglings go down. But, he could be waiting, he could be holding onto these minerals till after he gets his lings out.
Yeah.
Because if you get your lings out and then take your hatch as well...
I suppose that's a way of ensuring yourself here. That's interesting. Lair coming up already for Persian Zerg, once again going for this 1 hatch meter. And, I am a fan of that kind of play. Lings are going to be in the base. Now, he could just potentially dance around until his speed is done and then get something done here.
I actually think it's better if Persian backs off here. I think be threatening and then back off as soon as...
Ooh, great engage for Persian there, though. He's going to win with 3 Lings left over. 2 Lings pop Dahaki, though, and they do take out one of Persian's Zerg, unfortunately, throwing them advantage.
Zerg's reinforcements come in. He's got a numbers advantage. 2 times as many Lings. It looks like he's going to be forced down. Speed just finished, yeah. It looks like Ozzy's going to be forced down to put down a Sunk, and he does get a pretty good surface area around. Gets a drone.
That's the third drone that fell. This is looking pretty bad for Ozzy Dahaki. This could be a very short game. Trying to go in around that Sunk, but the drones are going to clean up those things. But more show up. Are they going to get another drone? If he gets another drone here, that'd be huge. Oh, barely doesn't get it. But I mean, that's not looking so good for Ozzy Dahaki here. His lair is slower. He has less drones. He has less Lings even right now. He does have a Sunken to protect him, though, at least.
Yeah, that was a good call. I thought maybe Persians might have wanted to be threatening but not engage, but that engage worked really, really well. Gave him way more advantage. And yeah, his spy is down earlier. We don't see Ozzy's spy going down anytime soon. Just he lost all he has to read.
Going for that drone. Gets it. Very nice. Very nice.
Really every drone's so precious.
Yeah, spy coming down pretty much just a little later than Persian Zergs. I'm not quite sure, but I think that's close enough together that he doesn't need spores here. It seems so. But Persian Zerg's probably not done putting pressure on. I feel like he could still attack with Lings here. Well, there is a Sunk though, what am I saying?
I think if Persian Zerg just apes in some Scourge, he should just eliminate all the Overlords and then just start
Is that how you do it?
It's definitely one way to do it. It's definitely one way I've seen it done. Just make infinite Scourge and then just kill all the Overlords and the Meter, and then just run him with your own Meter.
Well, we do see a huge gas advantage from Persian Zerg, so that does seem to make the most sense.
We'll see how he wants to play it. Maybe he wants to just run him with Meter and try and have a bit of a Meter dogfight. You definitely have the advantage, especially if you start banking up lava, because Ozzy just spent his on drones.
Well, he had to re-drone right after he lost so many, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, what's he going to do? Because even if he just hatches Scourge, 2 Scourge is not going to stop 3 Mutalisks. Is he just going to die here?
Don't know. I think so.
Oh dear.
But maybe Ozzy's got absolutely insane control.
Of 1 Mutalisk versus 4?
Carapace has started for Ozzy as well. Getting up Scourge. I think Scourge is a decent decision, but...
Yeah, I think he's got no choice but to make Scourge here, but...
Yeah.
Well, lucky for him, Persian Zerg is just sitting in his base, the Mutalisk. If he came right across, this would be super dicey for Ozzy Dahaki, but as it is, I think he'll have time. This game might even out a little bit, and Ozzy Dahaki actually has more drones after all is said and done, but he is way behind in Mutalisks already.
Yeah, we're behind him. Yeah, we're just behind in lava, obviously. Honestly, there's just no way he'll have nearly as many units. He's going to have to micro his way out of this one. If he manages to disconnect, that will definitely help him.
Nicely done. Oh, one of them gets picked off at the last possible second. That was insane, right? Yeah, only one connected. I don't know how he even shot them that close to himself. That was crazy.
Yeah, Meter Mike can be nuts.
I missed it. Some Lings tried to come into Dahaki's base, but he GG's, realizing he's 2 behind on the Ling count, and that's going to be that. Alright. Well, I guess that's going to do it for Group 38 then. Very violent ZVZ as they tend to be, ending really rather quickly after that Ling aggression. The thing is about that situation where you're in the Zerg base with your first 6 Lings, because you know your speed is faster with Nightpool speed. No one will ever have speed faster than you. If things go bad, you can always just run away, so it's not that risky to try and hang around and get some damage there.
Yeah. Really nicely done from Persian. Yeah, I agree.
Now, as we mentioned, not all games are played in all, all groups. A lot of time people are inactive, they just don't have time to schedule their matches, of course, which is totally fine. We as the casters here are going to pick up the pieces. We're just going to take what we can, and we're going to have a few bonus games now from Group 41. We're moving even higher up the CPL ladder into the lofty clouds of CPL MMR. Some of these highest skills players. I'm going to jump right into a game and talk about the players after, I think.
We have a caster request from NCX,
yes.
But I'll read it after the announcement.
Alright, in the top right, in the olive here, we have 300 MG, aka Yenta, And the bottom right, in the teal, we have Fonga. Just Fonga, no AKA, in the teal. What's the caster request?
Please say Yenta to the tune of Yada 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 song. I don't know what
I don't know that song, man. I mean, DM me the song, I'll listen to it later. I don't know that song. Can you find the actual name of the song?
Yada 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 song?
I'm asking the guy in chat, you don't have to. You can cast. No responsibility for you. So we
good. I was like, good. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Still no link or anything. Anyway, moving on. Fonga versus 300 mg. I've seen quite a few of Fonga's games, so I've seen him be very, very aggressive. He loves going like really early factory into a really fast tank, and then trying to like contain the Zerg very early.
Are we talking
like,
one base?
Like, one base into then a expansion behind it. Yeah.
I have to say, Fonga, a player I don't think I've ever cast before. Is this his first CPL?
I'm not 100% sure. Don't think so.
Well, I apologize if I just haven't noticed him before. But
I think this. I think he. What's it called? I think it is his first CPL.
Right.
I think it is. But he's quite obviously. He's already a veteran player. Like I'm pretty sure he hit A rank Terran. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Definitely.
Yenta in a bit of trouble then. I mean, you know, he's got a pretty gnarly opponent to deal with, and obviously in Nom, he's obviously been in the community for at least a little bit, so I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
So it looks like it's going to be a first scout from MG.
Yeah, that drone scout, always very, very safe here from Yenta. I do like it. When I play Zerg, I'm lazy, I never do it, but whenever I'm giving anyone coaching, I'm always like, you have to drone scout or a vulture will kill you 100%, so, you know, I definitely approve.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the drone scouting as well.
Not going to find any gas today, so no one gaze tank shenanigans for now.
No, not at all. It looks like he's playing it very standard, getting his depot and all.
I wanted to see something crazy like that. That's not something you see every day. That's something like Barisu would do.
I could show. I think I have the replay somewhere. I can show
sweet.
you after if you're really keen.
Yeah, I'll start using that on ladder, man.
It's from the CSL tournament.
Oh, what maps?
Right. Oh, it was.
Are they like regular maps?
They weren't regular maps. No, I think it was Sanctuary.
That's the thing. That's what I thought.
But Sanctuary, the map itself, is very similar to. Is like a 4-player map and very similar to Polypoid, but obviously different.
Yeah.
So it's not like It's not like a crazy map where you can pull off crazy things. Marines push away this drone.
Yeah, he's going to live a long, healthy life and become a spire later. So he's counting his blessings.
The 3-hatch from 300.
Yeah, Yenta is the name. 300 is just the AKA.
It's Yenta?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, I have to say I'm not that surprised, actually, because from what I've seen of Yenta, he does tend to favour this, and, you know, obviously, the 2-hatch is all the rage these days, but I think Yenta definitely likes these big games against Terra, and he's not really too focused on hitting with that layer timing too hard. Now, a bunch of Marines already come up to pressure, but this is a little dicey, already 4 Lings here. Oh, he's going to go straight in with the Lings. I don't know about that, because Zerg spreads the damage perfectly among the Marines, but it will force him to retreat at least, or will it? Fonga's like, no, I ain't retreating. Why would I go home? Oh, he barely does get that.
Nearly a second one. Maybe he will get that second one off this straggler in the net.
Ooh, yeah. That's not what you want to do as for sure. Saves the drone, but does cost him some minerals there. So very nice little early harass by Fonga. I would have thought when you see 4 Lings, you kind of go, okay, it's probably worth him to go home, but not the case at all. Got great damage done there. And look how many Lings Yenta made behind this. This is crazy.
Yeah, this could be, and it looks like Fonga's getting the bunker up, so he should be in a decent position here to hold this as long as he pulls his Marine back. But it looks like he's putting on the pressure. I'm not 100% sure about this, man.
Yeah, you got to turn around, man. If you don't have an SCV in the base to see what's going on, this is just crazy right now. I mean,
and Lings are out of position. Though.
Yeah, if they come in piecemeal. Okay, they're coming down here. Yenta still doesn't know. He's coming out with just 6 Lings. They're in a lot of danger. Where's the rest of them? If he uses the drones as well, he can absolutely take this fight. But he needs to bring the rest of the Lings. Wait, is that it? Is that all the Lings that are there?
No, there's definitely some links back inside his main. He has
oh my god, he's just...
drones, but he has so many drone kills right now. It's quite a bit, and he's now targeting down the hatch.
Yeah, there they are.
Lings in the main that he's just forgotten about, unfortunately. If he had those, could have connected.
And all these Marines are so injured, right? Those 4 links absolutely would have cleaned this. He's not going to get this hatchery, right? There's no way. Not even targeting.
I think if he does, the game's over.
Yeah.
And I think
those 4 links.
Getting called now, yeah. Now we're just throwing lings at it, trying to see if something happens. And it looks like it's going to happen, but we have so many lings doing that. Terran's just in a fantastic spot here.
Yeah.
He's got +1 coming now as well. So like the 5 Rex timing could be very, very devastating. He probably also, he's also getting a 3rd Rex. He might, maybe he might have enough Marines to get a stim timing as well, though I highly doubt it.
Well, I mean, if he just makes fire bats only, so it doesn't have anything to stop him. A lot of links out right now. You know, you could try a run by here. It doesn't look that hard to get in there, but who knows? Fonga might have the perfect reaction and then you just lose all your lings.
I think a run by is a big mistake here with the fire bat already out. Yeah, he sees the fire bat now. I don't think a run by will really work here with the fire bat out, with the medics out, bunker down. Yeah, these lings are no useful at all. Like, they were useful. But that was it.
Fonga scanned there, and he didn't see any lair building, and presumably he's thinking as far as that is vision, but I'm intrigued. He didn't see any lava being saved, nor even morph, but he still went for these turrets. I wonder if he could have, even skipped those.
Definitely could have skipped those.
I guess when he's so ahead, though, there's no point not playing safe, right?
Yeah, but he could definitely have skipped those and gone for a faster 5th Rex.
Yeah, or a factory.
Or a factory, yeah.
Barracks is his building of choice.
Yeah, I definitely... Though we do need to see a factory. Our factory is now quite late.
There's no lair tech for Zerg. Zerg's just sitting on lair. Finally gets the Spire. 7-minute Spire is a bit oof. He's going to need a bunch of Sunkens here, okay? And he realizes it. He's going to start building them. Alright.
Yeah, and our range and +1's about to finish roughly at the same time. So, yeah, Fonga's just going to be so powerful.
It is a smaller army than you'd expect, given that he traded away so many Marines before. With this 5 racks, you know, this is like only half the size what I'd expect, but I think it's still going to be enough to put a lot of danger on Zerg here. A lot of lings are out, though, so I think he'll be able to hold this 100%. And Fonga, I think, realizes that he doesn't really want to go tangle with all these lings and these Sunkens. Or does he? He's still moving across. Ooh, this is a bit dicey right now for Terran.
Yeah, but the Firebat does make it interesting. Like, if he's able to get a really solid attack with the Firebat, he might be able to contest the lings. But it looks like we're not going to see that at all, because the lings are going straight for a backstab, which, with a Firebat out, with medics and marines and a bunker, this could be disaster for the Zerg. But if he manages to get into the main, maybe, no, he goes straight for the bunker. No, he goes for the marines around the bunker, and into the Firebat. Absolutely cleans up 10 kills. Yeah, that was devastating. Now we just lost so much defense as well. These 4 Sunkens might not be able to get busted yet, but the rallying marines behind it, again, maybe with the meters coming out with Carapace, maybe not. But yeah, this has definitely put Zerg into such a tight spot. We don't have a 3rd base on. We have a 3rd hatch in base. We don't have a 3rd base coming up anytime soon. We're putting down extra colonies as well to try and hold this.
Well, Mutas come just in time here. Oh, do they? They need to get in the fight. What are they doing?
Yeah, it looks like he tries to jump in.
The hesitation!
The Mutas are cleaning up the Firebats, it looks like. He needs to target those Marines. 1 Sunken remains. 2 Sunkens are still morphing in. Very low Marine count. We've got down to 8 Marines. The Mutas are now jumping straight on top of the Marines, and it looks like they're cleaning up.
No mini micro here. He's not punching them properly. He doesn't have an overlord, and it's really costing him here.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I was a bit confused there because he started pulling the Mutas back. We just need to jump on top of the Marines. But there we go. Yeah, cleans that up very nicely. But yeah.
A moment of panic there from Yenta. I feel like he really could have crushed that if he instantly had those on a group and started microing them properly. Could have gone way better. As it stands, Zerg on a hold, and Terran's army is being reset. But you know, Terran is perfectly happy to go toe-to-toe on 2 bases forever, with Zerg still on lair especially. But counterattack is coming with his Mutilasts. Are there a couple of turrets here?
I mean, he can't counterattack at all.
Okay, true. Who's really counterattacking, right?
Yeah, it's not an option. Like, the 5 rack, because of how the early game went, the 5 racks was just way too much pressure.
Oh, Mutilasts.
yeah, that's it. +1 Marines. Although we didn't have any medics there, so that was a bit of a disaster.
That was
But yeah,
crazy, holy crap.
So Fonga getting a little bit behind there. Like Fonga's probably perfectly fine with that engage. Like
yeah, I mean, it could have gone better at the end of the day. If he's just trading his minerals for Mutalisks, you know, he's going to win this game 2 base versus 2 base.
Yeah. So I think. Okay, I'm not sure about this attack from Fonga. I think though the Mutas will have to pull back to defend. Yeah, he will lose more Marines again. So, I mean, there's no Sunkens at all this time. So maybe the match will be... Oh no, there's 2 Sunkens in the main. Okay, in the nat. So we'll be okay with the Mutas back here. I think attacking here is a mistake from Fonga, but we'll see what he does. But it looks like he is going to scan in and go in again. He doesn't see the Muta anywhere, so he could be tempted.
I think he's just here to put the pressure, right? Oh no, he's going to do it. Oh, big mistake there. Muta's going to come in here on a field day. Cleaning up another army from Fonga. Sunken does fall, and you know, a lot of Mutas have fallen too, actually. Even that small force with 1-1 doing a lot of work. And that armor actually really helps against the Sunkens as well.
Yeah, but Fonga's doing a really good job making sure that he's not getting harassed, but I don't like these constant attacks. I think just staying there outside the nat, forcing the Mutas to stay there, is more damage than enough. But we are running out of Muta from the enter though, so it looks like GG is called.
Many Gs were given. Very intense game. Fonga really just taking that game by the throat from the beginning, not letting go. Very nicely done there.
Very scary. Very scary.
Well, it didn't end like the other game, but Terran absolutely keeping the pressure for the whole time. We're going to jump into our last game of the night. I saved the best for last, Zesky. We got 2 Terrans on the stream. You knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, you can't get a Neblime and Zesky cast without a TBT.
Hell yeah.
So here we go.
In the top right, in the white, once again we have Fonga, and in the top left, in the pink, we have Pandor, here in a TVT on Polypoid. It's only the first week of preseason and already the games are this good. Oh, this CPL is going to be amazing.
Cross spawn for TVT.
Oh yeah. You know, Pandor, I would say, one of the strongest Terrans in CPL. Definitely. And Fonga being a newcomer. I mean, he showed us some skills last game. We'll see how he is in TVT. And, you know, I'm impressed. It's even showing right now. Fonga plays with a really low APM at such a high level. Most of the time he was marking that bio, he only had about 150 APM, which is really low.
Yeah, it's quite low for Terran.
That's impressive, honestly, being able to play like
that. Yeah, but APM's only like part of the game.
Of course.
You're very, very efficient with your APM. Like 150 might as well be 250.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I remember watching one StarCraft 2 pro game where one of the players' APM was 600 for a minute. And I'm just like, surely you get RSI pretty fast at that rate, right?
Yeah, I think definitely gonna get RSI in your retirement.
Well, sadly, I guess a lot of them do, huh?
Yes, that is the fate of many pro gamers that play StarCraft.
Here at CPL, we're here to advocate against esports, obviously. Don't become pro gamers, kids. You know,
while we cast one of the first esport games, yep, don't be
yeah, that's right.
Don't do esport games, kids.
So unfortunately we are stuck in pink versus white here. We can't have any better colours. Come on guys, play top versus bottom out there, please. Just make it a little bit easier on our cast. Make our lives a little better. We'll be nicer to you in the cast. Now I'm going to be roasting both these guys, picking on all their mistakes. You know I was going to do that anyway. Still though, I would appreciate it if you host top versus bottom. It'd be a lot better for us, especially in these mirror matchups.
Very standard game coming up from both players. Not much going on.
You know, TVT is not the worst for having close calls. ZVZ is absolutely the worst. Somehow, you'd think PvP would be bad because the Zealots, if they're fighting, are sort of too close together, but somehow ZVZ is just so much worse with Lings running around. They're just so fast and small, you're like, oh my god, what's going on if they're the same colour?
Oh, we're still going on better cards. I wasn't sure you were going
Oh,
with that,
just I'm talking about matchups
yeah.
I hate in general. No, I like mirrors. Honestly, I like all the matchups.
Yeah, no. You said you wanted to be race picker and only play mirrors.
Yes,
right?
I would totally do that. That'd be great.
So I was a bit confused there for a minute, but you're still
CPL 10. CPL 10. Okay, no. The condition is if I ever hit turn with A rank, I'll do that. Okay. So it'll never happen. So you don't have to worry about it.
So next week. Anyway. Looks like we got a cross scout from Fonga, which is a bit unorthodox.
Yeah, that's very weird. And it's not like he's going for gasless or anything, so I'm really intrigued that he would go for that. Or that Marine is not having any of this SCV shit today. He's like, no. A Marine can 1v1 an SCV. Go away. Dude, he's making a lot of noise.
That was control all caps right there.
Yeah, right?
Very nicely done from Pandor.
Yeah, that's how you call it. Now, Fonga is making a lot of Marines here. I assume he's going to make at least 2 vultures before shock here and come across. And Pandor seems on the wise. His barracks is already lifted. He's got the 1 bruised Marine. CC going down. He's going straight for vultures too. Now, if you pull SCVs, you can absolutely deal with this. But if you're sort of not aware and they run into snipes and stuff before you're ready, it can be really dicey. Now, he sees a 1 Marine moving out here. I don't think he saw the other 3. That might tip him off.
I think Pandor pulls like a couple SCVs with these vultures. He should be able to hold this fairly easily.
I mean, I think you need more than you realize. I think you need at least 4 here.
Oh, okay. We went 1 vulture shop. That is interesting. That is very greedy.
But at the same time, Fonga's vulture got distracted by that SCV. It's so far away. If Pandor moves out and picks up some of these Marines, it could be huge. Pandor looking like he wants to sit defensive for now, though. Maybe realizing the Marines on the map, but doesn't realize the vulture's far away from them.
This makes sense from Pandor because it was cross map.
I suppose.
We saw like the Marines rallying across the map. I would have been way more tempted to get a second vulture out.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's.
Okay, nice pullback. Vulture didn't actually take any damage from the first little fight there somehow, so that was pretty nice. He's just going to give up the low ground for now. And as long as he repairs, brings another SCVs, it should be okay. Oh, look at that sneaky Marine pick. Very nice. But he's going to be able to repair. He blocks himself with his SCVs. Maybe it wasn't a good move after all. Somehow that vulture didn't die until now. Oh my god.
Does get all the Marines and half health on the other vulture.
Yeah.
But it looks like Fonga is getting an SCV kill.
Oh, okay. Wow, that was like really good micro from Pandor, but it didn't even look good. It looked like he was screwing up, but he was actually just perfectly like keeping out of range. Wow.
He did take quite a bit of damage still because of the 1 vulture.
Yeah. But CC's faster.
So.
CC's a lot faster here. And interestingly, Fonga going straight into tank. If Pandor realizes this, which he will once his barracks gets there, you can take the map control again. I really like Pandor's position, to be honest.
Yeah, I still think Fonga still has a leg up in SCVs. Like CC will be finishing now. As long as he starts starts at SCV now, yeah, he'll be up on SCVs. So I think overall, that was better for Fonga. But it looks like Pandor is going for 2 factory. Yeah, 2 factory, whilst Fonga's going for 3 fact. 3 fact with a tank opener, so doing a bit of a siege opener here. Being a very defensive, so we're already after that engage, we're now yielding map control to Pandor, so definitely going to give Pandor quite a bit of breathing room to really get his infrastructure up.
No second gas here, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see a bunch of tank vulture coming out. Armory coming up actually, so it could be that Goliath play that's been so popular recently. Some dense minefield's going to go down. I don't expect Pandor's going to be in too much trouble cross position against that. 3rd factory's coming up. No tanks from Pandor yet though.
Armory and then 3rd fact, okay. So the mines open up. I think we're also going to have tanks from Pandor. Yep, there we go. Tanks and now speed.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Pandor should still have like very solid map control here.
Yeah, I feel like if your opponent has stopped making vultures first, making more than like 1 additional round of vultures isn't as good as really just getting straight to your own tanks, because 1 round is enough to get the mines to give you a big advantage, I feel.
Well, I kind of feel like once you start making tanks, you're going to keep making tanks to really like cement the scaling that tank produce. But yeah, it looks like that these mines should like more than easily.
Mines! Oh my god!
You might get lucky.
Ooh,
he connects there, and he picks off a tank. And every tank, pretty important. Ooh, gets that mine there. Very nicely done. Looks like he is pushing into the high ground there. Looks like he is maybe. I don't think he's trying to take a 3rd base quite yet, but I think CV was to repair the tanks. 4th factory going down for Pandor. And speed is about to kick in for these vultures as well. And when speed does kick in, Fonga can't really like contest cross map without losing all of his SCVs. So
even right
Fonga's
now, maybe
gonna,
they can run in. Was he gonna try it?
I think it's a bit risky right now.
He's gonna do it anyway.
He's gonna try it.
Oh,
Let's
the
see,
Goliath.
he's gonna glide on the ramp. He is gonna pick up quite a few SCVs in the natural. But it looks like Fonga started repairing a Goliath.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he might have
sure
attacked it accidentally. It seems pretty low for vultures just running in here. At any rate, you know, Pandor's got the good economic lead now. Since his CC was faster, he's been able to harass a bit as well. But this tank count is getting scary, and as soon as Fonga breaks through these mines, Pandor's in a bit of trouble here. He's going to lay another minefield. They're just going to hold him up as much as he can. Everything equalizing as it tends to in TVT, really. Looks like it's going to be a dropship right away here, though. That's interesting. Oh, you don't want to lose those vultures, though. That's a misplay, I feel. You don't really want to engage this at all. Oh.
I think, yeah, you definitely don't want to lose the vultures because you definitely want every vulture possible. But laying down the mines, it looks like Fonga still has a tank lead.
Big tank.
But yeah, it looks like I think Pandor should be fine to really hold his third base.
Siege mode just almost finished though.
Yeah, we really do need that siege mode. There we go. Okay, siege mode's done, so he should be able to hold us back. Fonga can't really push in here, and Fonga's taking a very aggressive approach here, and he's taking down another factory before his third.
Oh, those mines!
He's like pushing in. Yeah,
uh-oh.
You can't, absolutely cannot push into that, and it looks like he's lost
micro.
Nearly every tank.
Come on, man! Does that have a mine? That has 3 mines. Oh, he's not going to do it. He could have killed that tank so easily.
He's macroing.
Okay, that's fair. That's important. Then again, he has like 500 minerals, man. You can't tell me he was macroing that hard.
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't see a CC coming down from Pandor. I thought third CC.
This much money. There you go. Finally mix that off.
There we go. Alright.
Yeah,
so,
only 4 facts for both players as well, so I am surprised too. What's that building? Science facility already. Gonna get that +2. Quick smart. Is it +1 already? Oh my gosh, that's pretty fast for TVT, I feel. But
that's
again,
very fast for TVT. Yeah,
didn't start +2 yet on time either, though, so it'll all even out in the end.
Yep, CC coming up for Pandor. Yeah, it looks like Fonga's still trying to put on the pressure here, which I think is a mistake. I think you don't really have a timing here anymore. Fonga's already got his +1, but he might not have seen it. You're already behind on tanks now because you just lost bled 6 tanks over the course of this game. Fonga has speed and you don't. Sorry, Pandor has speed. He's got a lot of Goliaths, but yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I mean, I don't question this number of Goliaths, right? I think it makes sense to get a few at least. But there hasn't been any evidence of any air activity, and you're not in some really massive vulture situation, so it might have been more efficient just to get more tanks and vultures here. But he's sort of breaking through. Oh, nice mine connect there, doing a lot of damage to those Goliaths. And we can see they really just can't push against these tanks. They really struggle.
Yeah, they are. Goliaths are so bad against tanks. It's not even funny. Yeah, this army gets cleaned up, and now we're just even further behind in army count and SCVs. So, oh yes, okay. I do like this move because we are in a bad spot. Just high to CC can be pretty useful.
What about this move?
Yeah, and if
Goliath
you don't have to
drop.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Right out too. Oh, he built a marine. Really? At 11 minutes in the game, I don't know about that.
It's just gonna clean up.
But see now this tank can be 2-shot. All planned.
Can it?
Oh, he flew right over the vultures. Yeah, 135, 2 times 70.
There you go.
Maths
on
stream.
Quick maths.
Yeah.
Alright, so double dropship going
Did he see it? It flew right over Pandor's vultures, but I didn't think he noticed.
I don't think he noticed.
We don't see any reaction. Where's the Wraith right now? The Wraith is the perfect tool here. Then again, they are full of Goliaths. Where is that Wraith? I lost it. Is it dead?
No,
oh, it's still there. Oh, okay. Then again, full of Goliaths, right?
Yeah, so 8 Goliaths, but I think he should have enough tanks to deal with it. But it'll just come down to reaction time of pulling those workers. He does have a significant worker link. He does see it now. He's pulled the Wraiths, but going to be in for a little bit of surprise when he sees all Goliath. It should be okay, because he's kind of trapped the Goliath in there.
Then again, these SCVs are not pulling. They're all going to get gunned down so fast. Okay, they did pull back. A lot have fallen. Not too bad, though. Definitely, reputable losses so far for Pandor. Problem is, what anti-air does he have? He can just lift up and drop on these tanks. Not doing it right now, though. Dropship's gonna leave! No! Dropships! These poor Goliaths! They were left behind, man!
Yeah.
Dude.
They say that, like, don't leave a man behind.
Yeah.
They left these men to rot. They
Yeah.
were, those blights were Sarah Kerrigan on,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what just happened, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
But it's alright. We did get a bit of damage done. We
Someone
did,
clip this. I gotta do something with this later.
We did lower the SCV count from Pandor though, so it is evened up a little bit. I'd say that was good for Fonga, although we did lose all our Goliaths, but you know, so there's quite a lot of gas loss. It's hard for me to judge.
Well, you know, Fonga does have the drop ships, he's gonna be able to menace here, but there's plenty of SCVs for Pandor. I feel like in TVT, it's kind of like if you don't lose the sort of critical mass of SCVs after you're on 3 base, you don't even really care because it's only minerals in the end. It's only like a hiccup in your economy. He's going to come in and drop here. It's a pretty well defended location, but maybe 3 drop ships, or one of them are going to fall without dropping a single unit though.
Oh. We got mines. We're safe.
Yeah, no.
This is the problem with the early dropship play like this, is that once it's revealed, and the other Terrans on top of it, like, the value you get from each subsequent drop is just massively reduced every time. So, you know, the first shot really is going to do the most damage.
It is sort of map dependent also, I feel like, whether you can get an advantage. Some maps benefit a lot more from it. And Bullet Point really, not that much. I mean, somewhat, but more, some maps more than others. Now look at this. Pandor's still trying to bust into this top right location. If he does, Fonga's going to be in a lot of trouble here. Still hasn't taken another base. Floating his CC to the 3 o'clock finally. Maintaining the position for now, but...
And taking a mineral only.
Well, that was an unfortunate scan. Oh, did he? Oh, okay. Well, that'll kind of keep Minute with a lot of vultures.
We are just taking bases left, right, and center. We are getting to the thick of this TVT. But, yeah, it looks like Pandor's going to be able to take down its base. So, you know,
huge.
We didn't quite get this mining either. Like, we only had 4 SCVs, so we mined gas for a little bit. I'd love to see the factory count for both players.
Well, it looks like we've got...
we've got 3 shop with 6, and 3 shop with 6. Yeah, alright.
Really like to see a bigger expansion here, because they're both on... Well, actually, no, only Pandor's on 4 bases. Fonga's still effectively on 2 until just this moment.
Yes, but Pandor's only on 3 gas, whereas...
True. Got to pump out those vultures, though. Or turrets, I guess.
So we should be seeing a 4th gas going in for Pandor pretty soon, but it looks like he's adding factories first.
Only 2? That's only 2, man. Oh no, it's 3. I'm sorry, I'm blind. I'm just on gas.
I meant total gas, but yeah. Oh, that's actually only got 2. Yeah, you need 4. You actually need 4 on that guy's
that damn comsat. Yeah, very unfortunate. Now, as far as map position goes, Pandor hasn't really pressed right up against Fonga, but he has the superior army by far.
Yeah, I think this is fine. I think you don't really need to put any pressure on. You just want to divide up the map. And that's definitely what he's doing. Like, the position Pandor's taking, he's laying mines right across that half of the map. And he's also denied the other corner as well, top right. So, you know, he's definitely ahead in potential bases. He's ahead in upgrades. I think that's Fonga's +1's about to finish, whereas Pandor's already started his +2. So, it shouldn't be long. Oh, no,
finished his +2, my friend.
+3. Yeah. So, you know, as soon as Pandor hits a critical mass of units, which he probably already has, he should be able to just break these siege lines and just roll in, which might already happen because Fonga's put all his tanks in the center and he doesn't have +2, so, you know, Pandor can just roll in here and just quickly clean up his tanks, which is exactly what's happening. And we're just bleeding even more tanks from Fonga, so we're just getting even more of a detrimental loss. Yeah, we're just really behind in this game now. Pandor can really start putting on the pressure here. He's actually going for a really aggressive siege. But I think he doesn't even need to do this at all. I think he could just, like, walk into the Fonga's third base and just take it.
Yeah, I'm really frustrated Fonga hasn't taken the 6 o'clock this whole time. He's sort of secured this position and not done anything with it. And like I said, +2 really makes a huge difference. Very hard to defend effectively without it against this kind of scale of teams. This high ground, though, going to be very hard to break, or maybe not. Okay.
There are really low number of tanks in that base.
Yeah.
He could flood it with vultures right now and do quite a bit of damage.
There still is dropships available to sort of reinforce, because this ground path is a bit dicey right now.
Oh, and look how many vultures there are. He can absolutely get up in here if he's determined. So he's going to go for it with the vultures at least.
Yeah, we'll see if the mines do anything.
Nicely done.
Yep, they are, because they're not Zesky mines. So it looks like Pandor's just going to get into this base and just take it, which takes away yet another gas from Fonga, which means we're...
Well, hang on now. There's a lot of reinforcements here, and SCVs are the strongest unit in this matchup, and he's got a whole bunch of them right here. Although not really attacking the tanks, they're just moving all the way around. Oh, he's clicking on the wrong one.
No, a whole bunch of mines did connect onto those SCVs, so we have no SCVs.
These tanks will get cleaned up, I think, but the amount of reinforcements Pandor can send, I think this base is going to get picked off. Go Hero SCV. No! Actually not going to do the job! So sad. How much health is that on? 5 health. 2 more attacks would have done it. Oh, nice mine.
Oh, 1 more attack. SCVs just 5 damage.
Yeah, but 1 base armor.
Oh, yes. Forgot the armor.
Scans going down everywhere. Pandor's just like, alright, if you've lost this base, do you have anything else or are you just dead? Fine 6 o'clock, I imagine. I didn't see, but he's probably going to find that sooner or later. But SCV's ready to start mining. I'd like to see it happen. Oh my gosh, nothing to defend here. Fonga never really even mined.
There's just no supply for Fonga. Like, it's not 99 supply to 170. It's just, Pandor just scaled much harder.
So. The last hurrah, he's going to do his, doomed charge here for honor. Oh no, he's not getting anywhere. Look at that tank! He made it all the way! GG!
GG's.
Dude, have you seen Gallipoli, the original, with Mel Gibson? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's what just happened. That tank. Oh my god. Alright, well that's going to be it for today. That's all the Group 41 games we had. We might get that extra Light Swarm game in a future cast as a bonus. As for cast, that's the last official cast this week, but the community casters are not slacking. Let me just remind myself what time the next cast was tomorrow. It's going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern. We're going to have Earn coming back with more high-level groups here, as well as some low-level ones. It's going to be very exciting, so make sure you tune in for that. Thanks for joining me today, Zesky.
No worries, anytime.
And that's going to be it for us today. Make sure you hang around for that raid. We've got to get that CPL hype in other people's channels. See you guys next week for Match of the Week.